senior official in the Biden government has now stated that Russia's complete embrace of North Korea can increase Kim Jong-un's appetite for risk when it comes to threatening South Korea and exporting weapons abroad, along with also helping Pyongyang ignore Washington's call to return to nuclear talks. North Korea has so far shipped around 121,000 containers of munitions to Russia, as well as 40 ballistic missiles that were used in Ukraine, as per an official statement. Fresh updates trickling in from across the world as a senior official in the Biden government has now stated that Russia's complete embrace of North Korea can increase Kim Jong-un's appetite for risk when it comes to threatening South Korea and exporting weapons abroad, along with also helping Pyongyang ignore Washington's call to return to nuclear talks. Now, North Korea has so far shipped around 121,000 containers of munitions to Russia, as well as 40 ballistic missiles that were used in Ukraine, as per an official statement that has been issued. This is, of course, yet another development that is in fact coming in as far as Washington's commentary on Kim Jong-un's risk calculus is concerned. South Korea, in fact, has stated that Seoul estimates that the containers could hold about 3 million rounds of 152 mm artillery shells used by the Kremlin in its bombardment of Ukraine, and this has bolstered Putin's arms stocks, while Kyiv's ammunition supplies have dwindled as military aid has been held up in the US Congress. Russia, in return, is providing North Korea with food, raw materials and parts used in weapons manufacturing. The food aid has helped Kim Jong-un stabilize prices for necessities, and military aid could increase Pyongyang's threat to the region. The value of the artillery alone is likely several billion dollars, I beg your pardon, and aid from Russia could represent the biggest boost to North Korea's economy since Kim Jong-un came to power. Meanwhile, joining us on the broadcast this morning is Mr. Sanjeev Srivastava, International Affairs expert. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us on NewsX. Now, United States has expressed concerns regarding the growing bonhomie between Russia and North Korea. What sort of implications do you think this can have as far as the talks over North Korea's nuclear arsenal are concerned?
Well, I think, Pia, it's quite apparent, and now it is gradually becoming evident too that North Korea and Russian collaboration is growing, defense collaboration in particular, and obviously North Korea is a highly sanctioned economy, and they need urgently all sorts of support, food support, and support in many other critical sectors of North Korea's economy. So I think it is quite apparent that North Korea is getting support from Russia, and in return, Russia, when it is fighting a war in Ukraine for last 2 years, and this war is in third year, Russia is also facing a lot of shortages of defense equipment. So in order to fulfill those shortages, Russia is quite apparent that approaching North Korea, as well as other countries like Iran. Iranian kamikaze drones are being used by Russia, and similarly, now North Korea is also providing this kind of artillery support and many other defense equipment. So it is very clear that the cooperation between the North Korea and Russia is growing. And this also clearly reflects that geo-strategic fault lines in the international community is deepening. There is a threat of greater polarization among the powers. On one side, you will have China, Russia, North Korea, Iran, Belarus, Syria-like country, and on that side, United States of America and its allies as well as a few partners. So this threat of a new Cold War-like situation is very much there for the international community, and this kind of collaborations between the countries and collaboration between the countries which are highly sanctioned countries. North Korea is having a lot of UN sanctions. And if Russia collaborates with that country, then it is obviously against the international law. So I think this kind of a situation clearly reflects that there is a growing trust deficit and growing polarization among the major powers in the international community. And here I would say that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is very smartly exploiting those emerging geopolitical fault lines in its favor, and while supplying artillery and other support to Russia. In return, Kim Jong-un is asking for food material and other support from Russia. And not only that, Priya, I would like to emphasize that Kim Jong-un has a greater ambition to acquire the nuclear submarine technology as well as the kind of satellite weapons development program North Korea has. It wants the Russian support on that sectors too. So Kim Jong-un is a very shrewd, smart leader of North Korea, a dictator, and he is exploiting this entire geopolitical fault lines among the major powers in his favor in a very, very clever manner.
All right, sir. With that, I would like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast this morning, sharing your perspective on the growing convergences between Russia and North Korea and the implications this might have as far as relationship with the United States is concerned, as well as developments and the world order is concerned.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.